Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. Going to have a look at weather next 10 to 14 days. Today's video, day 10, will take us to the 8th of July. And we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the excellent GFS and ECM ensemble, because they run around a couple of weeks. We're going to look at CFSB2 for the next 4 weeks at the end of the video. And that'll take us well into the second half of July. We're missing a few things in this video. It's not been the easiest one to get together, and as we go through it, I'll explain what we haven't got for this one. Various websites are either down or haven't updated, but never mind. We're going to have a good video anyway, I think, hopefully. Going to start off having a look at what's going on in the Tropical Atlantic. Just saying, the first video says our 6 PM upload. I've also released the ECM video 30 days / 6 weeks looking for the UK and the rest of Europe too, so check out those two videos if you liked that. Please like, share, subscribe on the vids. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, so let's start off with what's going on in the Tropical Atlantic, because things are developing. We've got 3 interest areas, so let's deal with them one by one. So we've got this area here in the Gulf of Mexico. That is disturbance 1, excuse me, with a 20% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours, a 30% chance in the next 5 days. So it doesn't look as though that one is too much to worry about. We'll see. You know, it's a low chance that that could develop. They're saying a surface trough of low pressure is located over north central Gulf of Mexico, while shower and thunderstorm activity with this system is currently limited. Surface pressures have fallen some over the last 24 hours. Some additional development of the system is possible as it moves generally westwards at 10 miles per hour and approaches the coast of Texas during the next few days. It might develop into a tropical storm or something, but it looks like one isn't too much to worry about. I've also got this one down here, this yellow X, right down in the tropical Atlantic. That's disturbance 2. Now, that only has a 0% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours, so no chance, and just a 20% chance in the next 5 days, so don't even have to worry about that one. And then we've got this area just here, this red X just there. Obviously, that looks much more interesting. That is potential cyclone 2, currently giving maximum sustained winds of 40 miles per hour with a minimum set pressure of 1,009 millibars, and located at 9.3 degrees north and 55.2 degrees west, moving westwards at 23 miles per hour. Got a 70% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours and a 90% chance in the next 5 days. This is almost certainly going to become either a tropical storm or a hurricane. Let's see what they're forecasting this to do. So it looks like it's going to run across the northern coast of South America as a tropical storm. So there it is. By tomorrow, it's up to tropical storm status, and just off the coast of Nicaragua, it looks like it actually becomes a hurricane, this, as it moves on to the coast of Nicaragua, and then out into the Pacific as a post-tropical depression by Sunday. So a short-lived hurricane. It looks like it's going to be on the way for southern parts and central parts of America. So it's early days, it's early in the season, and there we are. It looks like we've got a hurricane on the way before we even get to get out of June, really, or certainly into the very beginning of July anyway. And of course, really early days. Peak hurricane season is going to be around September to October, so several months still things to crank up further. We've got very warm sea surface temperatures in the tropical Atlantic at the moment, and in the Caribbean, and in the Gulf of Mexico. We've got a La Nina, weak La Nina signature still ongoing. That might strengthen a bit through the summer into the autumn. Everything looks prime for another big hurricane season, so we shall wait and see what happens. Now, there's been an update from the UK Met today for CET, so I can't bring you that, but I can bring you the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. Next, we're looking at Birmingham today, so red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Birmingham, starting off below average over the next few days, really. A little bit cool as we go into the beginning of July. Then a lift up in the upper air temperatures takes place late on through the first week and into the second week of July. thick green line here is the operational run. That becomes quite warm, goes above 10 degrees at 8, 10 degrees Cape Cape. I've got a few hot outlier members as well. These ones just here, so a few spikes beginning to appear. Could that be sign of a heat spike? I don't know. They're very limited in number, but it's one to watch perhaps how many of those increase over the next few days. But it certainly looks like we're going to have like a cool end to June, start to July, and then a bit of a lift up in the temperature as we go further on into the first week of July. It looks like temperatures will warm up a little bit. Precipitation wise, going to be quite a bit of dry weather. Some showy weather to come later this week, so there will be some rain around the last day of June. After that, though, it looks like we go drier through the first week of July. Maybe more precipitation spikes right at the end there, getting us towards the middle of July. Of course, that's a long way out, 2 weeks away, and therefore is unreliable. Certainly the southeastern corner of the country looks like it's going to be relatively dry. Now, I can't show you the temperature and precipitation anomalies because that website is down today. So instead of that, we shall just move straight on to the latest info that from oldschool.net. This is the problem I'll be having with this video today, getting it together. So we'll move on to the latest info that from oldschool.net, where we've got low pressure out in the Atlantic, and we've got quite an active front in the west. That's bringing outbreaks of rain to western parts of the country. That will be pushing eastwards through the next few hours and for the rest of the day and overnight. Tomorrow we will be in a run of showery winds from off the Atlantic Ocean. Right, it's our chart data. So remember, this is UK Met Euro for midnight on Friday with a trough of low pressure right over the top of the country. That will be bringing showers, if not long spells of rain into the weekend. Heights will begin to rise into south, bringing some drier weather there. We'll still be a little bit more unsettled further north though. And as we get to midnight on Tuesday, 5th of July, we've got a nice ridge begin to move into the country from the Azores high. So UK Met looks like it's setting things down next week and potentially setting things warmer as well, as this high pressure ridges in from off the Atlantic Ocean. Nice extension there from the Azores. Icon is looking like that. Trough low pressure over the country on Friday. That will bring showers. We've got long spells of rain early next week. That low pressure will lift out and drift north as pressure begins to build through the country, turning us drier and warmer then into the open next week. Nice ridge from the Azores high should bring on dry, pleasant, warm weather with it. That carries on right way up to midday on Tuesday. Again, the extension from the Azores high suggests there should be plenty of dry and pretty warm sunny weather with that. Not going to be a heat wave because we're pulling wind around the high pressure, of course, in this direction. So the wind is actually coming in like a northeasterly type direction, or has origins from the Atlantic as well. So that's not a hot direction the wind to be coming from. If you want hot weather, you're going to extend that high pressure further east, centre it somewhere around there, and then that, of course, draws up the southerly wind. So it won't be a heat wave, but it will be pleasantly warm, and there will be a lot of dry and sunny weather to enjoy with that. GFS midnight run, again, with low pressure dominating weather on Friday, first day of July, of course, so a showery start to July, but then high pressure begin to ridge in from the Azores as we go through the weekend into the open. Next week, plenty of high pressure dominating over and slight to west of the country, bringing loads of dry, fine weather too. And that ridge carries on all the way up to Daytown. It gets us to the 8th of July. Next week, looking mostly dry, fine, sunny, and quite warm, you would have thought, with that. The temperatures going at least into the mid, if not the upper 20 Celsius. Beyond that, the high pressure begins to pull away from us a little bit as we go into the second week of July with lower pressure moving in from the north. That starts bringing some showery weather into the northern and western areas, and we'll begin to turn things a bit cooler as well. And that carries on as we get towards the middle of July, hinting that pressure is still relatively high, but it's kind of weakening. Looks like lower pressure developing out to our north and west, low pressure to the northeast as well. So any ridge looks like it's going to be doomed, really, and probably turning more unsettled by middle of July. On this GFS run, it's 2 weeks away, though, so it's a long way out. 6th looks like that again, with lots of high pressure, lots of low pressure, should say, in control by the end of the week, but into the weekend, higher pressure again, reaching back in from off the Atlantic, from the Azores. That will start turning drier and warmer. Next week looks mainly dry and warm week, I think, with this extension from the Azores high. Very, very pleasant first week of July indeed. Again, similar to a midnight run, the second week of July starts to see that high pressure begin to slip a little bit, begin to allow some lower pressure to come in from off the Atlantic Ocean. And we finish up actually looking a little bit more unsettled with low pressure there by the 14th of July into the north and west. So the first week of July gives a nice spell of warm, dry weather. Second week of July begins to break that ridge down. If you enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Let's have a GEM is looking. Again, we've got low pressure bringing showery and unsettled weather at the end of the week. Over the weekend, it takes a while for the ridge to build in from the Azores high, so the weekend is still a bit showery with the GM. But next week, actually, the GM now is also going for this ridge to push up from the Azores high, turning things mainly dry and pleasantly warm with that as well. So the GM has also come on board and has a nice ridge through next week. And then we've got the ECM looking like this with low pressure again, bringing showery weather for Friday, first day of July. But after that, again, same as all the other models, a nice ridge building up from the Azores high by the beginning of next week. And that ridge lasting then through next week, brings lots of pleasant, dry, warm weather with it. Not a heat wave, not going to be, you know, excessively hot, but will be very pleasantly warm, dry and sunny, particularly so for more southern and western areas. A cracking week of fine weather for holiday makers, I think, next week. So this is your precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com, and we see it's showery at the moment. It's going to carry on into the end of week and up to weekend as well. But after that, the trend will be to drier weather. You'll notice the rain begins to drop out away from the northwest Scotland anyway, where it carries on. But most places turn drier as we go through next week. And yeah, you know, lots of high pressure in control of weather, bringing a prolonged spell of dry and warm weather. Now, we have got the options on the table within the ECM ensembles, but they are from ECMDF.int website itself today, because we isolated it Met Office as not updated. I don't know what's going on with all of these websites, but as I say, we are reliant on, you know, third-party websites and models and whatnot, and if those websites don't update, then we're left with a problem. Luckily, we can get the clusters, the options from ECMWF itself, though, so that's always a nice backup, so I can actually bring you that. And this is the option on the table within the ECM ensemble today for day 10, which gets us to Friday the 8th of July from ECMWF itself, and 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles, all of them showing a nice ridge of high pressure in control of the weather at day 10. So the operational run, which I saw there with that ridge dominating weather next week, is very well supported by its ensemble and by all the other models as well. I think we can say next week is going to be a cracking week. Now, these are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles for day 14. This is 2 weeks out, going to the 13th of July. 29 members of the ECM ensembles then begin to pull that high pressure out to our west, similar to like what the GFS operation runs are doing, I suppose, and drop a trough of low pressure in Scandinavia. Probably still mostly dry, actually, with that, but certainly it would be turning cooler, would be a cooler wind direction as the wind would pull in to more of a north or northwesterly direction. And then we've got 22 members of the ECM ensemble, keeping that high pressure more centred over the top of the country. So dry, relatively dry and quite warm weather continues up towards the middle of July with that option. So wait and see. You know, the high pressure might pull away and things turn cooler and more showery for the second week of July. But certainly the first week of July is looking really quite good, I think, if anyone wants dry and warm weather. 7th week to finally, it's a 500 millibar high times break down into week periods. The first week period will take us from the 28th of June to the 4th of July. The coming week will have a weak trough of low pressure over top of the country, weakening really with high pressure to the west and also to the east. So the pattern that we've been in the early past few days, that carries on in the coming week, but it's a weaker pattern. And by the time we get through week 2, which is the 5th through to the 11th of July, then high pressure is in control of weather originating from the Atlantic, so that looking mainly dry and quite warm and pleasant with that. Week 3 is going to be the 12th to the 18th of July. The high pressure begins to pull out to our west, with lower pressure dropping in to the north. So that's turning cooler and more showery. Winds are going into the northwest southeast alignment to the jet stream, and that trough of low pressure to our northeast could bring showery weather as well. So cooler and more showery there through week 3, and then week 4 takes us back to warmer, drier weather. This is the 19th, 25th of July. High pressure then builds in, and this time the high pressure is sort of to our south and east, which would allow hot air to start moving up from the south. The Seven's quite consistent about this, and it's in line, I can tell you as well, not seen it yet, it's a bit of a spoiler, but I can tell you that this is in line with the ECM WF extended forecast for UK and Europe as well, where the second half of July, that model is also seeing a significant warm-up and high pressure, potentially bringing quite hot weather through the second half of July. It looks like CFS is kind of hinting at that too. So second half of July, it's one to watch. Maybe summer will crank up 2 or 3 gears in the second half of July, and we'll start turning things hot. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, we do. If you enjoyed the video, then please you smash the like button to make sure you sub to the channel. Thank you so much for doing that. Drop a comment, let us know what you think about all of our videos, and don't forget to tell your friends and family about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe. If everyone who subs brings a friend, we will get to 14k so much more quickly. So thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, we're done with today's video then. Tomorrow I'll have a 6 AM upload. We'll have a 10 to 14 day as well. We might have a look at the JMA extended seasonal forecast. We haven't done that for a long while, so that could be fun. Have a look at the JMA extended tomorrow. How does that sound? So keep checking back to the channel for more updates. But for this video, that's all for now. And enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. And bye for now.